nothing in that cemetery that you can clean because they're all about to topple. So do no harm, you know? First rule, I should have put that up there. It's better to not chance it by cleaning an unstable tombstone than to clean it. Okay, use approved cleaning solution or just water. Sometimes water and the right kind of brush goes a long way. And approved cleaning solution, we use D2. That's what is on these handy dandy colored charts at the back. We use D2 because that is what Jason Church told us, and then D2 sent us a giant free box, and we're like, we're using this, and we're gonna tell everybody to use this too. But there are other products you can use too. Orvis soap is a good one that a lot of people use. Orvis, O-R-V-U-S. It's like a little soap detergent. And Mike could probably tell us some more products too. Those are the only two that I actually say by name, because it has to be specially pH balanced for the type of stone that you're cleaning. And so that's the problem. None of your household cleaners are gonna be good. And I am not a geologist. I don't really know what's good to use on marble versus limestone. This is something I have to learn one day. But D2 is, it's fairly easy to find through certain websites. It's about $40 for 1 gallon, but 1 gallon can last you for quite a while. I brought 2 gallons with me today, but we're probably only going to use 1. And the good thing is, you clean those tombstones, you don't have to touch them again for like 2 to 5 years. Oh, yeah. Don't go and like re-clean them every year. That's because it's a biological cleaner. So it gets in there and it's eating away at the biological growth, and it will continue to do that long after you're gone. So if you keep driving by, you'll see it getting lighter and lighter. Like there was this one tombstone that I cleaned myself at the Murfreesboro City Cemetery, and every time I drove by, because it was right next to another one that I did not clean, so you could see the difference. It just seemed to get lighter and lighter with every passing week. And the sunlight helps on that too. And sunlight is not something that we get a lot of at Mount Olive because it's a beautiful canopy of trees. But yeah, it will continue to work. So you shouldn't have to re-clean it. You might have to like brush like fallen branches off of it, but you shouldn't have to re-clean it with a biological solution for a number of years. So that's nice. Yes?
What about wet and forget? I had to believe, I don't know if you mentioned it.
I did not mention it, but that is something that I've heard before works, and I see that Mike is nodding.
Yeah, that's what we use, and I've got some pictures of before and after, and it's made of the same compound. It's a quaternary ammonia compound that D2 uses. It's not acidic, it's not a chlorine based.
So what
Yeah, it works pretty well.
Wet and forget it. Yes, thank you for bringing that up, Mr. Childs. That is another one that I have heard by name works.
And it's available at Lowe's and local hardware stores.
I would look on whatever product you have, just make sure that it says it's okay and approved for the certain kinds of material that you're using it for. And don't use something that does not have that on there. All right, thank you for bringing that. Use approved cleaning supplies. This is where I am a stickler. I always insist on natural bristle brushes. No plastic. And I think you all know, definitely not wire. You want a soft thing, pretty much kind of like a toothbrush, you know, that kind of feeling. We also use bamboo skewers because bamboo, as you know, will just like, it's so soft, it'll break up as soon as it hits it. But the important thing is whatever materials you use have to be a lot softer than the stone that you're using on, because you could be eroding the stone without even realizing it. And like a plastic bristle brush, even if it says, and let me tell you how long I've spent on Amazon trying to find natural bristle brushes, and they are not very forthcoming in their description of brushes on Amazon. It's very hard. Sometimes they'll use words like Tampico. That I think natural bristles. Sometimes the kinds of brushes that you use to actually brush a horse, that, I mean, if it's soft enough for a horse, it's usually good for a tombstone. So I think that a lot of our peanut-shaped brushes are horse brushes. But you'll see what they are. I've got them in the van. But yeah,
What is a peanut?
it's shaped like a peanut so that you can
Oh,
hold
okay.
it. So it just looks like, I know when I first heard peanut brushes, what's a peanut brush? Who needs to brush a peanut? But it's a brush that's kind of in the shape of a peanut, like that. You'll see. When you see it, you'll be like, oh, dude, I know what you're talking about. Okay, and a lot of this stuff is